Ah, yes. The Locket's grip setting. A classic haunted object story with a little twist at the end. You know the drill. Our protagonist is in a remote location, preferably a crumbling mansion or an isolated cottage. They've come into possession of a mysterious object, usually jewelry, that was in their late relative's estate. Maybe it was a gift from a former flame, maybe an engagement present, or perhaps it was a prize handed down from one generation to the next. But now they must decide what to do with this seemingly cursed object that has brought nothing but misfortune to its wearers. For our story today, let us go with the crumbling mansion and a family secret that is about to be unearthed by the new owner. Let's get into it. Our story opens with Alara moving into her recently inherited family estate. She's come into possession of the home after her great-aunt passed away, and while going through her things, she finds a small velvet pouch. Inside the pouch is a silver locket that seems to call to her for some reason. Now, despite having never met her great-aunt before, there's something about the woman's life that Alara finds fascinating. So she decides to wear the locket to her funeral. It isn't long before she feels a strange sensation wash over her. As she stands at the graveside, she hears whispers all around her and feels cold fingers gently caress her neck. The whispers grow louder and more insistent, and when she turns to face the source, she sees the grim specters of her ancestors. Her bloodline stretching back many generations, all bearing the same accusing gaze. They want to know why she's wearing their family's heirloom, and they want it back. Alara, understandably freaked out, tries to make a run for it. The ghosts give chase, their mournful wails echoing across the graveyard. She runs as fast as she can, but the determined spirits swiftly catch up to her and drag her back to the gravesite. Now trapped, she tries to rid herself of the locket, but it won't come off. Oh no, that's never a good sign. Nothing says I'm trapped forever, like an accessory that refuses to be removed. Just as the ghosts are about to drag her down into the grave with her, Alara remembers her aunt's warning. To break the locket's hold, it must be destroyed, though the ghosts don't want to hear it. One of them, a stern-looking woman who introduces herself as Alara's great-great-grandmother, Agata, takes the lead. Turns out Agata was the original owner of the locket, and it was passed down to her daughter, and then to her granddaughter, and so on. Apparently, it has a nasty habit of possessing its wearers, compelling them to do its bidding, which mostly entails killing people. And it only stops when its wearer dies, at which point it passes to the next generation, and the whole cycle starts again. While the ghost of Agata rants, the other spirits begin to wail. It's begging for the locket back, so that they can finally find peace. But Alara knows what she has to do. She takes the locket in her hands and smashes it to pieces. The spirits trapped inside shriek in rage and agony as their prison breaks apart. With a final surge of power, they fling themselves at Alara, knocking her to the ground. Then just as suddenly they vanish. The locket is destroyed and the ghosts are free. Now weak and vulnerable without their vessel, the spirits can finally move on, though not before one last bit of cryptic foreshadowing. Just as Alara thinks she's finally alone, she hears a voice whisper her name. It's coming from the grave. And as the camera pans away, we see the freshly turned soil of the grave begin to writhe. Something is stirring beneath the surface. And that's the story. If you liked it, please hit like and check out more stories.